Chapter 19. Angelica finished her walk in plenty of time to get over and pick Tommy up from school. She took that time to grab a drink from the car. There was something about warm water that appealed to her. She had seen all of the articles on the internet related to the power of cold, but to her, warm was the way to go. Not that she could find anyone to agree with her. Even Tommy would turn it down and wait for a cold drink when he got home. She waited in the car until it was the right time to get out and get her son. Too early, and she stood there like a tin of milk, as her mam used to say. Too late, and Tommy would worry that she wasn't going to be there at all. Like Goldilocks, Angelica wanted to get it just right. As the clock ticked over to 3:10, Angelica left the car and walked along the shady side of the street. She'd had enough sun for the day by that point. Her sun hat had had more use that day than the rest of the year to that point put together. She was worried about sunstroke, sunburn, and all the other issues connected to being out in the sun for long hours, such as dehydration. She swigged the final part of her water and dropped the empty bottle in the bin on the corner before the school. Angelica's walk had helped her put a few things in place. The man who had been involved in the accident and survived wasn't supposed to be there, she was sure of that. His costume didn't look right, and he left the scene in an ambulance, apparently, but he wasn't injured. Angelica had witnessed that. She felt that tracking down this man was the key to solving this mystery, but she had nothing to go on. Tommy appeared at the school gate. The teacher spotted Angelica and let him go. That was the procedure. You needed to have someone specific to pick you up in order to be allowed out. Safety first. "Mummy!" Tommy shouted in delight. But there was something else in his voice. Angelica detected an anxiety that Tommy sometimes had. "Good day," she started. "Yeah. What did you learn about today?" "We've been talking about the Moors and Christians over the last few weeks. We finished today because it finished last night," the teacher said. "Well, that's exciting. How did you finish it?" "It really was a finishing day, Mummy. We have made a newspaper together, and that needed the last bit sticking in. And then I had some colouring to do for my picture. That took me all the way to lunchtime. Then this afternoon we had a story, and then the teacher asked some questions." "That sounds amazing," Angelica responded, looking for the same level of enthusiasm in her son. It wasn't there. Tommy was flat. Tommy muttered. "Did you like doing the Moors and Christians as a topic?" she asked. "When we started it, I liked it, but now I don't want to hear about it ever again. I'm not going next year, or the year after, or the year after that. I'm not going ever again." "That's fine. If you don't want to go, then you don't have to. You might feel differently about it in a year's time." "I won't," Tommy responded, folding his arms. That was Angelica's way of ending a conversation. Tommy had learnt it from her. Angelica and Tommy drove back home in silence. He wanted to get his school clothes off and start afresh. Angelica was in deep thought. She knew that the events of the night before must have affected him, even though he didn't witness anything directly. She had major doubts about it being an accident. She vowed to clean up the mess for the sake of her son.